All right, it's time to find a shotgun to review using Shotgun Finder. Fall is upon us. Deer hunting's coming up, and here in Minnesota, a lot of us are in slug zone. So let's see what we have for deer and big game. Looks like we got quite a few options. Let's narrow it down. What if we did 3.5-inch chamber? Only a couple options, it looks like. We have the 835 Ulti-Mag Combo Field/Deer. I can do a little bird hunting, do a little slug hunt. That sounds pretty cool. Let's dive into that because we have not reviewed that yet, and that review starts right now. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Target Focused Life. If you're looking for a shotgun that you can both hunt waterfowl and deer with a rifled slug barrel, we got a gun for you today. This gun is fascinating for a number of reasons, one of which is its history, which we'll dive into today. It is the Mossberg 835 Ulti-Mag Combo Field and Deer, or Deer and Field, something like that. You get the point. Starting with actually a little bit of fascinating history. In the late 80s, Federal was developing and about to release the 3.5-inch shotshell cartridge, which was new to the market. And they worked in conjunction with Mossberg to have a gun that could shoot it. And so this was one of the first guns, if not the first, that could shoot the 3.5-inch cartridge. It was definitely the first shotgun made by Mossberg that could shoot a 3.5-inch cartridge, and it is a pump shotgun. So I'm not much of a glutton for punishment, but we're gonna try it today, see what 3.5-inch waterfowl loads from Federal feel like out of this pump shotgun. The 835 combo is at a very reasonable price. $610 MSRP, and you get a bird barrel, 28-inch, and a 24-inch slug barrel. That is a lot of gun for the money, and it's a 3.5-inch if you're interested in 3.5. So let's dive into it. Looking at the specs of this shotgun, as we mentioned, it is a 12 gauge. It is a pump. It is overboard barrel size. It is like 10 gauge bore size, which is supposed to help with less deformation, better patterns. Let's look at the length of pull of this shotgun. It is quite a bit shorter than what I would need for a shotgun. We're right around 14 inches. I think on their website, they say the length of pull is 13.87. I'm coming up with 14. I would rather be about 14.75, 14.5 for a gun like this I could potentially deal with. So I would be looking for an aftermarket recoil pad. I would probably put a Falcon Strike on there, especially if I'm shooting slugs, or 3.5-inch guns. If you're ever interested in Falcon Strike, I do have a link to them down below. Awesome, awesome recoil pads for the money. Looking at the drop, we are dealing with 1 inch and 5/8 at the comb, and at the heel, we're looking at 2 and 3/8. So we're looking at about 3/4 inch drop on this gun. So take that into account as you look to make decisions that are best for you. Find a gun that fits you. Could easily add an aftermarket pad on this to adjust that length. It does not have spacers or come with shims to adjust anything on the stock. As far as weight of this shotgun with the bird barrel on, let's take a peek at that. 7 pounds, 10.7 ounces. So we're getting up there closer to 8 pounds, which is a-okay. This is not a gun I would probably take pheasant hunting necessarily. This would be more of a waterfowl gun or a slug gun, or you could shoot some clays with it too, totally fine for that. We'll see how it works on clays here in a moment. Let's take a peek at the trigger. A little bit of pre-travel there, a little bit of slop. It's fairly crisp though, a little pre-travel, then nice break. A little on the heavier side. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's right around a 7-pound trigger. Might be lighter than I thought, maybe. 6 pounds, 0.3 ounces. Hey, that is not too bad. 5 pounds, 9.1 ounces. Whoa, that was a big difference. Slightly different angle can make a difference on how it pulls. I'm trying to pull straight back. Let's make sure I got it. That's pretty good. 5 pounds, 12 ounces. So we're looking at a high 5-pound trigger. That's pretty dang good for a gun at this price point, just over $600. Let's take a peek at the ergonomics of this shotgun. One thing that is new on this shotgun that has been around since the late 80s is the safeties. Recently, Mossberg updated their safeties. They are so much easier to use. I don't mind a top tang safety, but their safeties left something to be desired on their guns. And I have a bunch of Mossbergs. I even shoot a Mossberg 940 Pro in my exhibitions. I definitely want to get some with this updated safety because it is a night and day difference. Extremely easy to operate. I really like that. Very basic wood on this gun. This is more of a budget gun. Nothing fancy on the wood, pretty standard. Butt pad, very, very standard. I would probably replace that, especially if I was shooting slugs or 3.5, like I already said. Very plain on the receiver, no real engraving. Plastic trigger guard, flat rib, flat vented rib with a brass mid bead, ivory front bead. Pretty standard, pretty basic gun. Not a lot of flash to it. It is drilled and tap on top, so you do have the opportunity to add optics, especially on that slug gun. You might want some optics, or if you're gonna take this out turkey hunting. It's got sling studs, so you can throw a sling on there. Yeah, not a whole lot to mention as far as ergonomics. Very, very basic, simple contour there, basic checkering. Have I said anything about being basic yet? Basic shotgun, but what it lacks in luster and appeal, maybe it makes up for in shooting. And I say we get to that. Let's look at recoil and reliability. I have not shot this gun yet. Most guns I get a chance to shoot before we review them, so this is the first time I've been able to shoot this gun. Let's just start out with some Federal 1 1/8 target loads. We'll shoot a few off the machines. Loading port, as in a lot of these, like the Mossberg 500, the 835 is very similar. Kind of sharp edges around here. Not hard to load, but you just gotta be careful you don't hit too hard on there. I would probably grind those down, honestly, like I have on some other guns. Start with the number 1. There it goes. Oh, yeah, winged it. Pump shotgun, forgot about that. Shoots nice, ladies and gentlemen. It is very short for me. It's hard to mount this gun with its length of pull. Let's try a little bit harder target here. Recoil's very manageable, which you would expect. This is a heavier gun. Oh yeah, crushed it. Let's try a 4-bird. Crushed it. This is shooting nice. 5-bird. Woo! Everyone I'm hitting is being dominated. You know what else is hitting? My thumb is hitting my nose. No big nose jokes now. That's not nice. It's because of the short length of pull. Watch this. If I mount it how I want, my nose is right on my thumb. All right, let's try a couple more targets. There it is. Oh yeah, this is shooting nice. I got one left. Okay, that was a wasted shell. This gun shoots nice. Recoil, pretty much straight back, very manageable. The loading leaves something to be desired. I'm already banging my knuckle up there. Let's just wrap 3 off. Yeah, I like it. It's smooth. So as far as recoil and reliability, this is going to be like a lot of other Mossberg shotguns. It's going to be a workhorse. Recoil, I have a Mossberg 500. This has significantly less recoil, I would say, than the Mossberg 500, primarily probably due to its heavier weight. So very, very pleased with that aspect. I say we swap it out, actually, make sure we're clear and unsafe. Let's throw in that slug barrel. Before making this video, I didn't make sure I have any Sabo slugs, which you want to shoot through a rifled barrel. I just figured I did. I mean, I got thousands and thousands of rounds and lots of different SKUs of ammo. But guess I don't have any Sabo slugs. So we're gonna shoot some rifled slugs through this rifled barrel. Not what you want to do for accuracy. I don't think it should hurt it, but it's definitely not gonna create an accurate shot. Let's just see if I can hit it. I have not adjusted these sights. Right out of the box. That felt reasonably well. Yeah, I like that. On the slug barrel, the rear sight can easily be adjusted with a small screwdriver, standard flathead screwdriver, elevation and windage both. Now this sight, there's no fibers, no markings on the rear sight, and on the front it looks like just a white tip. So no fibers on there, but you can always add a scope as well. Really heavy duty barrel, really solid. I like how easy it is to change these out. As simple as pulling a barrel off, slapping a new one on. We could hunt deer in the morning, go out, shoot some clays in the afternoon, be back deer hunting in no time in the evening. What we haven't shot yet, 3.5 inch. These are Federal Speed Shocks, ounce and 3/8, 1,550 feet per second. Look at the duck. Oh, boom, dead duck. It wasn't super bad. Let's go with this 4. This duck's coming in, coming down. Why does anyone want to shoot 3.5 inch? You love 3.5 inch? Put it down below. Like, look at that. That's a tight fit right there. You kind of have to work it in at an angle. Let's try a couple more. 6 bird. Maybe that's why you shoot 3.5 inch. There was nothing left of that. One more. 5 bird. Golly. You might have to go to the chiropractor after that. It is pretty much straight back. A lot of muzzle jump shooting those 3.5 inch. But if you're looking for a 3.5 inch, this will definitely do it. Straight shooter. I am shooting this extremely well. Really happy with how it shoots, everything, how it operates. I mean, it's a pretty basic gun. It's going to be similar platform to your Mossberg 500s when you break it apart and look at it. We won't mess with breaking it apart. We've done that on other videos. I don't think it's worth revisiting. They are a little bit more complex than some other guns, more modern guns, I would say, as far as how the whole action and everything comes out. I think the only thing left to try with this gun is speed shooting, putting it on the clock. How fast can I shoot 3 hand-thrown clays? That's going to tell us a lot about the trigger, about the pointability. We got to do it. We got to do it right now. Eyes and ears, of course, as always. Oh, let me turn my music off. Just a push of a button, the music goes off. These are Axle X cores, by the way. I've been loving them, whether it's the ears, eyes, choke tubes, Falcon Strikes, whatever it is. We got links and discount codes to the products that we prefer down below. Let's get on the clock. Did you like that? We're a few shots in here and I'm just having trouble cycling this. Were you impressed? We are shooting a mod choke. I don't know where the chokes are to this shotgun, but a mod choke at this distance is not ideal. There we go, 3 successful shots, a 171, nothing fast. As you can imagine, this gun is not built for speed. Shooting that mod choke at this close distance, not ideal. We'll just do it one more time. Oh, crushed those clays. A 183. What I can tell you is this is a dang good shooter. I'm shooting a mod choke at close distance and crushing birds. Shooting off the machines with the mod choke, crushing birds. I have absolutely loved shooting this and shoot it very, very well. That's about as fast as you can shoot a pump shotgun right there. A 1.02 with 3.8 and 4.0 splits. Not gonna be your fastest shotgun. Of course, you're not buying this to speed shoot. I know that. You're buying this to maybe shoot some clays, maybe shoot some ducks, maybe shoot some deer. And you can do all 3 with the 835 Ulti-Mag. 3.5 inch, if that's important to you. This is a great platform. I love the overboard barrel. Just anecdotally, by seeing how I'm hitting the clays, whether we're shooting the 3 inch target loads or the 3.5 inch waterfowl loads, just absolutely dusting stuff. Straight shooter, very basic gun, very utilitarian for a decent price. So if you're looking for a gun that can do a little bit of everything from, like we said, clays to ducks to pheasants to deer. It's not gonna be, you know, perfect for any of those categories, but it's pretty dang good in all of them. It is the 835 Ulti-Mag. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down below of this gun if you own it and what your experience has been. How has it held up and what you love or don't love about it. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on. So live target focused. See ya.